A lot of people have been comparing this to SimCity, but this is completely DRM free. You can play offline, but it's purely based around transport and getting from A to B, and basically just like improving your city. So I'm going to quickly show you some of the basics on the Sandbox Mode, which I'm just going to pick Central City. We have unlimited money, which is essential. I do love this loading screen. It's basically like the most stereotypical people you can go into, like into a transport system. So this is the city we see right at the start. It's pretty big. I mean, when we compare this to SimCity, which is you're quite constricted, this is just massive. Massive bits of forest. The trees are like, you can even see the Earth's core down there. Look, it's a massive game. You can zoom straight in if you want. Look at the detail in this game. It's amazing. The cities are like ultra dynamic, and it's just see the people walking around and stuff, and it's actually really cool. It feels like I'm looking at like my city or London or something, and it's just really cool. Also, the scope of the game is massive. It's just humongously big. But yeah, so we're gonna go through some of the basics of the game. I'm gonna build like a simple bus line and stuff like that. So you can go to data panel, see the buildings. So the blues are like homes, pretty much. You got blue collar workers over here. Obviously, the blue collar workers work for the guys over here and industry people. Got white collars, which is obviously office people. We have a lot of white collars over here, working in office buildings and stuff like that. Got students, not many students over here, mainly over there where the schools are. So I'm guessing linking the schools together would be an essential part of the game. Obviously that's good for travelling and getting the students from A to B all safely. Also got a little traffic one here as well. So we've got roads and tracks and stuff. The coverage is all red, which is quite interesting because as soon as you do start to cover this place up, it becomes active. So yeah, the more you sort of clear up, the more sort of green it gets, and basically you really want to link up the whole city, link into like this main regions. This is obviously where people live, you know, link it to like the main city, which is obviously quite essential. So the first thing we're going to do is build a simple bus line here. So basically we go to like create a new line. What we'll do actually first is probably construct a bus stop. So all you got to do is to click that little blue icon, bus structures. We're going to do a simple bus, yeah, basically just do a very simple bus route. So you see the arrows go from each direction. You've got like a sort of circle, sort of meter thing. Basically that's how far people are willing to walk to get to the bus stop. So you can see pretty much the basics there. We're going to go down here. You can see the people there, see the houses and buildings. Obviously these bus stops will be very useful for them. We're going to go up here. Basically what we're trying to do is link the homes to the industry, which is obviously very important. The good thing about this is we do have another thing, which is they call them trolleys, which I'm not really sure what trolleys are, but you can basically they do run on the same line, so you do save a bit of money that way. But yeah, basically like they just run on those like overhead lines on actual roads, which is interesting. I've never actually seen that in real life, if I'm honest, but I've seen trams and stuff, but not. Yeah, I suppose the last one's there. So we do one going up here. Make sure it's going in the right direction. Otherwise, we could have a few problems here. Keep going over this bridge. And basically what we're trying to do is head back. So around here. What we may do is put down a depot, which is obviously quite essential. You got like a large one and a small one. Basically it means you can hold more buses in the large one. That's pretty much the whole of that. I'll put the bus stop just here. Got a nice bit of clean space, which is good. Then we'll create a line under transport panels. So I'm going to create a new line for the bus route. So to start at the depot, and go like that. Oops. So what we'll do is click this little icon here, add stops. Go 1. So always got to start at the depot and go along. Basically, you can just zoom out. Does make it a little bit easier. Yeah, basically just go loop round. It does have a day and night cycle as well, which I will show you, which will be quite cool. You can see there's a little time in the bottom left. At the moment it's 10:30, so obviously it's going to be nice and light, but it does eventually get quite dark. So almost link these babies up. So a little tip for you guys: if you click the first stop, the buses will go round, and then once the drivers need to go back to the depot, they will do that. So click the first one, and then go back to the depot, and then you're done. So what we need to do now is add some buses in. So now we need to buy a vehicle for the bus stop. So we've got 4 different types of vehicles we can buy. Obviously, if you're going to start off, you're going to start building these very simple ones. They've got quite a good acceleration, but they've got not much space. So they're quite stereotypical sort of countryside vehicles. Perhaps not 100% great for cities. I'm probably going to go for this one. Purchase probably about 4 for now. Obviously, we are on Sandbox Mode, so it doesn't matter too much. But just be aware of the price. It does take a little while to kick in and actually start making money. But eventually you should make some decent amount of money from it if the service runs well. So you see our first bus is going out there. Looking very nice. Nice and clean. Nice and fresh. Ready to bring on some passengers. It may take a little while for the people to start coming out. But you can see that generally it should go quite well, hopefully. So we've got a nice little bus stop. We can probably do a little bit more detail here. Perhaps add in like another bus line going around here on all the roads just to cover it. Got 2 guys in here now, so you can click on the buses and get information. Vehicle was late. What does that mean? It means it took a little while for the first one to come out, so hopefully with time that should hopefully even out. But they're a little bit annoyed that it was late, but yeah, and you can see like where they're going. They're using the apartment buildings, and they're going to like another apartment building, which is completely fine. Starting point, the swimming hall, and they're going to the apartment buildings. So yeah, so you get more people on board, which is perfect, exactly what we want. Another tip, I think might have mentioned this already, but you can build trolley lines on the same bus stops as buses. So just so you know that. And generally the interface at first can be a little bit daunting, but as soon as you get down to it, it's actually quite simple. Basically this is for data, so the maps. See the coverage now is now yellow, which is nice because we obviously put a bus line there. This is like what we're getting per like hour and stuff. So we've got expenses minus 14, income plus 19. So basically that's a plus 5 income, which is perfect considering that's the first bus stop, first sort of bus line we've done, and we're already making money, so that's good. Transport panel has all our transport lines on it. So this is, if I remember rightly, this is the trolleys. Yes, the trolleys. That's the trams, and that's the metro, and that's also water bus, which is pretty awesome. But metro is something I'm probably going to look at in a minute, I think. This is also quite cool. You can define the zones. So if any of you guys sort of live in like London or something, you'll understand what this means, because you only have like 1 to 6 zones, so you can zone out certain areas. So say we want this to be like a more cheaper place to live and stuff, we can do that. So as soon as other people leave and go into other zones, obviously they've got to pay a little bit more money because it's going all the way into different zones. So we'll colour this in a nice blue colour. So this zone is now blue. So this is completely separate zone to the weird pukey yellow colour we have there. So that will conclude this part. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And make sure you do press that like button. I'll be back with the next part where I'll talk about ticket prices, the day and night cycle, and the metro, which is like a subway system, which is actually super duper cool. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Come back soon. Bye.